Hello everyone, in this video I'll be sharing with you how to set up your quiz results after the students have completed their quiz. So head on to your module, and once you're in the module page, we'll head on over to the quizzes section. You may do so by clicking on assignments and assessments and then clicking on quizzes. And once you're in the quizzes menu, select the quiz which you want to edit. In my case, I'll be using test quiz. So click on the chevron and then click on edit. So once you're in the edit page of your quiz, we'll first head on to the assessment tab. And then this is an important step, and it's the first step to enable your students to view their quiz results. And that is to check that the automatically publish evaluation checkbox is ticked. This allows the students to view the quiz results immediately upon the submission of the quiz. But what they will be able to see would depend on how you set up the submission views. So click on the submission views tab over here. And once you're in here, there are two options which you can set up the quiz results, or rather the submission views of the students. The first is the default view, and everything that the students can see is set up over here. And to set up additional parameters, you can click on additional views, but I recommend not to use this option because based on my own experimentation, uh, this additional views feature is a bit buggy. So let's stick to setting up the default view first. So click on the blue text over here that says default view. And once you're in the default view page, you can see that over here, we can set a message to notify the students that they have submitted the quiz successfully. And as you scroll down here, this is the important part and how you would set up to enable the students to view what you want them to see accordingly. So let's say if you want your students to only see the answers, the questions that they have answered incorrectly, you will check show questions, yes, but only show questions which they have answered incorrectly. And if you want them to see the correct answer, then you would check this option as well. So show question answers. And over here, this second checkbox, it shows whether the students, the score for each question, whether they have answered incorrectly or not. In my case, I would prefer to show everything, meaning to say the students will be able to see whether they have answered the question both correctly and incorrectly, as well as the correct answer for each question, as well as what they have responded with. So this is how I would check this. So show questions, yes. Show all questions with user responses. So every question which they have shown, which they have answered with. And then this, check this as well. This, we can ignore show outcomes because it's linked to the learning outcomes feature, which I think SP has not set it up yet. So in the meantime, you can ignore this. And lastly, tick show attempt score and overall attempt score. This reviews the overall marks for each question that the student has answered correctly. And lastly, you can, based on your own discretion, you can decide to show the class average and the score distribution as well. Once you are satisfied with your features and parameters, we can click on Save. And once you're back in here, remember to click Save and Close. And then the settings for your submission view will be captured in the quiz here. And if you want to do a preview, you can do so by clicking on the chevron back here and select Preview. And then untick Bypass Restrictions and then Start Quiz. So based on how I set up this quiz submission view, I would be able to see everything, meaning to say the correct and wrong answers which I've selected in this quiz. So boiling water, point of water is 100, so that is correct. So I should be able to see that as well. Uh, this is true, and this one I will answer it incorrectly. So once you submit the quiz, click on this, and then we should be able to see all the questions and answers over here. So the correct answers are denoted by an arrow for each question, and then the X mean to say I have answered it wrongly, and the tick, yeah, it shows that I've answered the question correctly. And that's about it. So this is how you set up the quiz results for students after they've submitted a quiz on Brightspace.